Hey, guess what I got today? I got these lovely bookmarks that go with my book that is in pre-launch right now, Fear, Food, and Feminine Power. On one side, you've got this beautiful image from the cover, and on the back you have my Sacred Essence Manifesto, which is something that you want to read every day, in the morning, in the middle of the day, in the night, to remind you of who and what you are as a beautiful sacred being that you are created to be. This, boy, I'm so excited about this. I've also got today the interior layout of the book, which I'm doing the final line by line, like fine tooth comb, going through looking for any errors or anything like that that need to be corrected before it goes to print. It is almost ready. So it's right now in pre-launch. If you order the book in the pre-launch phase, you get one of these beautiful bookmarks along with an autographed copy for me. There's also some other options there. You can sign up for an exclusive masterclass where we're really going to bust through some of the myths about what the sacred feminine is, what the true feminine is, not so much of what our culture calls feminine. It's well, we'll get into that more in the exclusive masterclass. And of course, it gets into it in great detail in the book. What is the feminine? And what is the truth of what we're really here to embody, especially at this time on the planet when our humanity is at this amazing huge crossroads, and we have this opportunity to really evolve into an era of peace, of harmony, of unity. But it really takes all of us standing and holding the sacred feminine in the way that it is intended, God willing, and really busting those myths, letting go of the old conditioning and patterning that we've been inscribed with on just vibrationally in our lifetimes, and embracing the truth that we all know from deep inside of ourselves, allowing that to emerge, allowing that to really take up the space. And I believe in the 100th monkey effect, right? Really becoming that, when enough of us really become what it is that we're here to be, and hold the energy of what we're here to hold, the vibration of what we're here to hold, the feminine really becomes that portal through which that which has separated from truth can return to commune with source and to come into unity and live in harmony. This is our opportunity right now. Why is this called Fear, Food, and Feminine Power? Because so many women feel unsafe just living in a female body. We have been, again, conditioned for that, and many of us have had experiences that have contributed and reinforced the conditioning that we've had for our entire lifetimes. It's like the cosmic soup that we swim in conditions women to feel unsafe in our bodies. Food is a crutch that helps us to soothe ourselves, to pacify our emotions, to calm our nervous system, to feel connected with our bodies, grounded to earth, and all of those things that we as somatic creatures are here to feel, right? We need that. As women, we are somatic creatures. We are here to be the sacred bridge between spirit and earth. And we have a very unique role in that. So we talk about all of that in this book. This is not to shame you about it, it's actually to heal the wounds that we have about body image, and about that connection that we have with our bodies and the connection that we have with food. It's not here to shame or blame anything. It's actually here to help us to recognize what is underneath that, because so often we're pacifying or we're squelching the true power that wants to be expressed, that wants to have space, that wants to speak its value, its worth, right? And so we use food because that part of us is stifled. That part of us feels unsafe to be heard and to be expressed, to show up in its full power. And so hi baby, there's my cat. So we use food as a way to keep that down. And what if we said, okay, I recognize that this is coming up here right now, and what is beneath it? How can I access that? The book it guides you through a step by step 7-step healing process of really accessing. It's moving through all of the signs and signals of your body. Your body is your navigation system, or it contains all of the signs and signals of your navigation system while your spirit is here on this earth journey, traveling on this pathway to forget the truth of who you are and then return to know the truth of who you are with love and compassion and strength and the beauty that you are. So it takes you, guides you step by step on that process to really learn about yourself and to learn about love, to discover the truth of who you are inside, to uncover it, to own it, to feel it, to be it, to embody it, to integrate it through all of the layers of your being so that you are the truth of who you are. When you walk into a room, your truth walks into a room. When you show up, your divine beauty shows up. Your vibration is holding what you are here to hold. And just by holding that, you are creating a pathway for healing for yourself and for others and for our world, for our planet, which is desperately needed right now. This is our time. And so fearfoodfemininepower.com. Today is the last day of pre-launch. When you order your book through pre-launch, you get a signed copy from me along with this bookmark with the Sacred Essence Manifesto on the back of it. And there's the the master class, which is an exclusive master class for pre-orders that will help us to bust through the myths of what the feminine is, just like eradicate that from your vibration, from your consciousness, and really help you to okay, what is the true sacred feminine, right? Really looking deeply into that. Then beyond that, we have a 12-week deep dive healing program that will be facilitated by myself and my team of coaches, Kamala Wadad and Habiba Miller. They are fantastic, amazing healers and coaches that I'm so excited and honored to be doing this program with. We're going to take you through a deep dive of each one of the steps and help you personally along the way. And if you order that on the pre-launch, you get special pricing, and you essentially get a free copy of the book and the bookmark and the exclusive masterclass. You can also get reduced costs on sessions to really help you to accelerate your healing and growth through that process. It's a beautiful process to really help you to regain your sovereignty over all of the influences and pulls of the world and the culture that keep you from being on track with who you are, and pull you into this influence. There's so many things, right? There's so many things, messages bombarding, different things pulling you in different directions. What if you could just stand in the power of who you are, and anything that comes up, rather than having it pull you, you stay where you are and you can look at it. You can evaluate objectively. You can choose. You can choose from the place of, does this align with the truth of who I am, or does it not? Is this a yes for me? Is this a no for me? Right? How do I want to engage with this? Right? It's not always black and white. Maybe we have the opportunity to say, this rings true for me, that does not. This I want to engage with, that I do not. But we do it from an informed place, really connected with and embodied and anchored in the truth of who we are with sovereignty. Sovereignty means that we are not at the whims of all of the pulls of the things in our culture and in our world that are pulling us one way or another, but we stand in our truth. Our truth is aligned with the higher consciousness, with the divine, the sacred truths that govern who we are, that govern the laws of nature that govern our cosmos. And I'll tell you just one other thing before I wrap this up. The 7-step healing process. For those of you, those of you who know me and those of you who don't, I studied with a Sufi master from Jerusalem I started studying with him in around 1997, and studied with him until he passed away in 2015. I continue to study his teachings, study his work as a guide. He is with me every step of the way. I love the work of Muhyiddin Ibn Arabi, who is a Sufi sheikh he lived in the 1100s and 1200s. He has written all kinds of teachings about the step levels of creation. Creation as it emanates through vibration, through sound, through symbology, and creates all of the layers of our existence, from the cosmic dimensions to the earth planes, and the journey of the human being, and everything in between, right? Well, in between the cosmic dimensions and the earth planes are the seven heavens. The healing process that is laid out in this are the seven steps, are the step levels of the seven heavens. The seven heavens are the bridge between the earth dimensions and the cosmic dimensions. And above the cosmic dimensions, in the cosmic dimensions, what is it, right? It's the fixed stars, the ordination of what is playing out in this earth plane, right? It's like the macrocosm of the microcosm, but it's what is ordained. It is the archetypes. It is really that heart and the throne, the altar of the divine, and from there the cosmic dust, if you will, and the laws of nature, that govern everything in the cosmos, and the pure mind of God. And so with the final step of the healing process, the acronym for it spells caritas, which in Latin means love, compassion, and charity. So it means love and compassion in Latin. The acronym is caritas. The seventh step of it is that level of the seventh heaven, which is sovereignty, right? So as you move through the layers of the seventh heaven, you have sovereignty over the world, right? Sovereignty from the poles of the world. And that's it's a really powerful process. And where you end up is that place of more aligned with your divine nature and with the pure mind of God than you are with the pulls of the world. So that is what you get when you join us for that healing program and that 7-step, that guided process. And we practice embodiment and integration along the way. We do experiential exercises. So really consider joining us for that as well. One other thing I wanted to share with you. Oh gosh, now it left me. Let's see. Okay, so today is the last day for pre-launch. After that, it will be available through its regular channels, right? Which the book is going to be available for sale on May 7th. That's our date we're working with now. May 7th, the book will be available for its for purchase. It will be available for purchase on many different platforms, and I'll be giving you more information on that soon. What else was that other thing I was going to tell you? Well, I'll just have to pop back in with another video. But meanwhile, check out these gorgeous bookmarks. That could be yours. Oh, I know what I was going to tell you. I don't know if this is the thing, but one other thing, anything that I earn from the pre-launch, any funds that come in from the pre-launch are going directly toward a marketing campaign to help to spread the message about the book, about the purpose for the book, about what we as women need to be embodying and holding at this point of evolution. We live in a patriarchal world that is, I mean, it's, you know, it's interesting because what's been coming up for me lately, when I was in corporate, I was in a department of anywhere from 3 to 6 women at any given time for 7 years, in a department of 80, and it was very much a good old boys club. And the way that the women were treated was not good. It just wasn't. There was oh boy, I could give you some examples. It was not good. In our world right now, it feels like, this has been a long time since I've been in that environment, and it feels like we have made great strides. Women are, getting positions in like that really use their intellect and their wisdom and can really bring that into uh, use, right, for the greater good. And it, what we have now governing our world is really wanting to pull back on that. And it just feels like, oh, the last thing we want to do is go back to that, the way that things were in the 80s and before that, right? 60s, 70s, 80s, 50s. I mean, we don't want to go back. We shouldn't. I mean, it would take us so far backwards in terms of the gifts that are here to be contributed to the good of our of all of the different aspects of our culture, of our society, of our workforce, of everything. And it pains me to think of people now having as difficult a time as I had. I mean, oof. Maybe someday I'll go into some details. Maybe someday I'll go into some details. I mean, I'll give you one example. When I was in college, I was in the honors mathematics program, and I'd always been very gifted and like tapped into the other realms, if you will. And mathematics came through me in that way. I had a class that was my favorite class that I absolutely loved. I was one of 30 students in that class. It was an honors program, an honors course, and I had the second highest grade in the class. It was a 96 average, and I never missed a class. Front row center, was totally engrossed in it, loved it. At the end of the semester, I got a D. The guy who sat next to me always came in late, never had his homework done. He had a 40 average, he got a B. I went to the professor afterwards and I asked, how can I have a D in his class when I've have never missed an assignment? I aced all the tests. There were only 2 people that actually had passing grades. Myself, I had a 96, one other person had a 98. Everyone else was below 50. It was that kind of a class. You either got it or you didn't, and I got it, and I loved it. And I would have made that really, a part of my life. I'm sure there's some wisdom in that. It would have been a greater part of my life. But he said he had liberty to give whatever grades he wanted. He could base it on class participation, and that was that. And he would not change it. And I didn't know any better at that time to how to escalate and how to be forceful about that. I regret that at this point, but it is what it is. I had another math teacher who told me at the beginning of class, there were 2 girls in that class and the rest was all males, and he said, women aren't good at math, and we'll see how this goes. And it was an advanced non-Euclidean geometry class, and I had the highest grade, she had the second highest grade, and all the guys were behind us. At least he apologized at the end of the class. When I got into the corporate world, it was all of that and worse, because everything hinged on, salaries, and everything else hinged on the management, and it was very, very unkind and very, very unfair financially. And it was, just weekly, my second line manager used to call me in and tell me, women don't make it here. I had a woman work here once who broke a nail. She had to go home. And I would just get berated weekly, and taking me away from my job for that crap, right? This is the stuff that we had to put up with back then. And I'm saying it because I don't want us to go back there. I don't want the women of today who are becoming respected for their intellect and for their science and math skills and valued and given opportunity for that. I don't want to see the world go back to the way it was when I was there. We have so much more to give. We have so much more to give. We have our intellect, we have our wisdom, we have our protective nature, that we care for the young, we care for the earth. We have that sacred bridge, that divine power that is a sacred bridge between spirit and the earth realms. We have so much to give, and we cannot let anything take us back. In fact, we also cannot wait for the males to, and I'm not saying this is all men, okay? This is not all men. I know I've talked to some women who had a complete opposite experience of me, who were recognized and given opportunity, not in my department where I was, but in other corporate environments, that were recognized and given opportunity and really excelled and rose. And I think that's beautiful. I think that we all win when we have that opportunity. We have, but I don't want to see us go back. We have so much to give that will enhance who we are as a species, and how we care for each other on the planet, and how we evolve intellectually and in every other way on this planet. So anyway, but fear, food, and feminine power is like, it's a statement to that. It's feeling that part of us that feels unsafe, that part of us that pacifies with food. It's moving beyond that, deep inside of ourselves, to find the truth, align with the truth, feel the strength of it, let it emerge, and be who we are here to be. Take up that space, emit that vibration, that consciousness that is going to help all of humanity evolve, regardless of what's happening outside of ourselves. We can't wait for somebody to give us permission or make space or invite us to step up or shepherd us along. We just need to do it. This is our call to action. And so join us, get your copy of the book, join us for the masterclass, join us for the 12-week deep dive healing program. It is a transformational experience that will change your life. And fear, food, feminine power. See you on the inside. If you have any questions, feel free to PM me or post. Thank you.